Hi, this is Ryan Melville with the Melville team at Keller Williams Realty here in Tempe, Arizona. I want to start off this month's video newsletter. This is March 2013. I want to start this month's newsletter off by letting you know that right now we're right in the middle of spring training going on here in the Phoenix area. We have numerous baseball teams that make Phoenix home 1 month out of the year. I know we have the Diamondbacks here, but we have other teams that are in from all over the country that come into Phoenix for the month of March and participate in spring training. It's called the Cactus League out here in Phoenix. And we have access to some free tickets. And so if you're going to be in the area, if you're going to be here in Phoenix, or if you live here in Phoenix and you're looking to get out and catch a baseball game, please let us know. Either give us a call at our office at 480-447-0937 or send us an email, reply back to this email, or head to our website. You can contact us through there. Next thing I want to say is last month's newsletter I mentioned a new website that we went live with, ihomephoenix.com. That's the letter I, homephoenix.com. This website is getting great reviews by our buyers. This is a website that is geared towards buyers, and all it does is have property information. It just pulls in property information from our MLS and puts it into a very neat and user-friendly system that we hope you're using and hoping that you're enjoying it. So check it out. We'll have a link below in this newsletter, but it's ihomephoenix.com. Next thing I want to talk to you about is our referrals. We are getting a lot of referrals, and just a few people that I want to say thanks to. We have Rachel Conley coming through with another referral, Luis Reynoso, Vince Kelly, as well as Joe Wong. So we want to thank you guys for trusting the Melville team with your friends and family and any of your referrals. We do greatly appreciate it. So next, I want to switch gears and head on over to the market update. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is the market update for March of 2013. So we're going to take a look at the overall market snapshot, and a couple things I want to point out here on this page. Active listings are right at about 21,500. That's down from last month. We were right above 22,000, so our inventory has been reduced over the last 30 days. But the thing I want to point out is 2 years ago, back March 11th of 2011, we were sitting right at about 40,000 listings. So today, almost 50% where we were 2 years ago, today being right at about 21,500. Down below that, you're going to see UCB and AWC listings right at about 4,500, and that's up from where we were last month. But then take a look at where we were last year at 7,700, which was the height of our short sale market. Now UCB/AWC, what that stands for is under contract with backup offers or active with contingencies. Basically what those are short sales that have already received an offer from a buyer and is now being presented to the seller's lender. And so it's in that period right between active and pending. We call that UCB, under contract backup offers only. So if you take those out of the mix, we're left with about 17,000 true active listings sitting on our MLS. And take a look 2 years ago, we had about 33,000 true active listings. So we're down quite a bit from where we were 2 years ago. So right now it's an amazing time. If you're somebody who's considering selling property here in the Phoenix area, we do need inventory. So this would be a wonderful time to look at selling your property and take advantage of where we're at with the market. Couple things I want to point out. Going down a little bit, you're going to see days inventory at 90. So where we're sitting, we have about 3 months of inventory, and take a look 2 years ago, almost 160 days worth of inventory. So we're about 3.2 months supply. Again, 2 years ago, we were sitting at 5.2. Dramatic difference from where we were. And then another thing I want to point out on this before we take a look at the next slide is going to be the median sales price monthly sales. So if you go down here towards the bottom, our median sales price for the monthly sales is 163,000. That is up from where we were last month. We were right at about 154,000. But take a look, a year ago 125,000, and then 2 years ago 110,000. So went up a little bit over the last 12, 24 months in our median sales price. So that's great news for you people who possibly were in between that period where you may be you're close to doing a short sale, and now you may actually have some equity in your property with the recent changes that we had in the median sales price. So let's go ahead and take a look at the foreclosure snapshot. Sitting today, we have 1,200 active properties. Again, UCB, AWC listings were sitting at 71. So if we strip those out, we're sitting right at 1,160 foreclosed properties on our MLS right now. Take a look 2 years ago. We had just under 6,500 foreclosures back March 11th of 2011. So we're drastically down from where we were, and the reason for that is banks are not foreclosing like they used to. They're actually looking at the short sales as possible, as better routes for them as the lender on that property. They're taking a look at those short sales a little bit more in depth than they were a couple years ago. They were pretty quick to foreclose on us back in 2010 and 2011. So banks kind of got their act together, and you're going to see that because we have less foreclosures sitting in the market than where we did a year and 2 years ago. So we have about a month's, little over a month's worth of foreclosure inventory on the MLS right now. Back 2 years ago, we had 2 months of inventory, and so we're 50%, just about 50% from where we were a couple years ago. And the thing also, this is another thing I want to point out, is that median sales price on monthly sales. Foreclosures were at about 130,000, but 2 years ago, actually 1 year ago, we were at 96,000, and then 2 years ago, we were right at about 82,000. So that's a big, big jump in our median sales price for foreclosed properties. So let's go ahead and take a look at the, well, one thing I want to point out here is the listing success rate right there in the middle. We're right at about 95%. That means that 95% of foreclosed listings that go up on the MLS, 95% of them actually are sold. And then you're going to see back 2 years ago, we were at about 90%. So a little bit higher success ratio in today's market than where we were 2 years ago. So let's shift over to short sales. All right, so right now, active listings on our MLS, we're sitting just under 3,700. That's going to be down from where we were a month ago of a little over 4,000. But take a look 2 years ago, we had over 15,000 short sales on the MLS. Now, drop down one line below that, you're going to see UCB, AWC listings. Right now, we have 2,800, a little over 2,800 UCB listings on our MLS. So take 2,800 from that 3,700, you're left with about 884 true active short sales on the MLS as of March 11th of 2013. Shift over 2 years ago, true active short sales on the market, we had over 9,000. What a big drop that we've had over those 2 years. And the reason for that is we're seeing as properties go on the MLS, short sales are generally priced towards the bottom of the market, and so those are moving very fast. And so they're going to go on active and then really quickly shift into a UCB type property, which is right there at the 2,800. So yeah, right now we have less short sales, which is also great news for you buyers out there that maybe have went through a nightmare situation with a short sale that you were waiting on for 9, sometimes 12, 15 months for that short sale to go through. Right now we have under 1,000 short sales on our market. The rest you saw, we did the foreclosures. The rest are traditional listings, which means sellers have some equity. They can negotiate, quicker close, quicker response time. You get seller property disclosure statements. You get some warranties that are with the property. Big difference when we're looking at traditional listings, purchasing traditional listings versus the foreclosures or the short sales. So short sale, let's go down here, days inventory. We're sitting just at about 3.5 months worth of supply, 63 days inventory for short sales. And take a look, 2 years ago we had almost 10 months of supply, 285 days worth of short sales on our market. So dropping down, we're going to take a look at the median sales price for the monthly sales. We're right above 129,000, up from where we were a year ago. Last year we were right there at about 105,000, and then 2 years ago 115,000. Another thing I want to point out on this page, it's going to be a good sign for you buyers out there, is the listing success rate. We're almost at 60%, meaning that 60% of the short sales that go up for sale actually go through and are approved and are sold to a new buyer. Take a look where we were 2 years ago. We were sitting right there almost at 44%. So we're up quite a bit. The reason for that, it's taken some real estate agents a couple years to figure out how to do short sales, and also the banks have stepped up and have put some systems in place to help streamline the short sales. So you're going to see that hopefully continue to rise throughout the next couple years. I'd like to see that get up into the 65-70% range, and then we would, like I said, that'd be 70% of the short sales that are listed actually go through and are approved. So anyways, that's our month, our March 2013 monthly market update. I appreciate you joining us, and if you have any questions whatsoever about the market, it's a great time. I know you probably hear this a lot, but it's a great time for sellers and buyers both. Right now in this market, we need inventory for sellers, so it's a bonus for you sellers out there. We need more property on the MLS, and then for buyers, our interest rates are really low right now, and so it's a perfect recipe right now for a market that's continuing to go up. But yeah, it's a great time right now for sellers and buyers. So if there's anything that we can help you with, please give us a call at our office at 480-447-0937, or get a hold of me here on the website, or just Google me, Melville Team, Ryan Melville, and we'll definitely take care of you. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next month.